Good morning to all my fellow members of the committee, the DPWH, back secretariat, and staff, and also representatives present here and representatives online. A pleasant morning to all. Today we will conduct a pre-meeting conference of goods and services and civil works projects. So before we start, Mr. Bak Secretary, kindly have the roll call if the committee is in quorum, the Bak PWG, and the Bak Secretariat and organizing staff are present.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, to the committee, to the technical working group, the procurement staff, and everyone else who are present here today. So as a matter of procedure, please stay present when your name is called to acknowledge your attendance and determine quorum. For the Bids and Awards Committee, we have the chairperson, Engineer Delphine Eloy Jr., present. The vice chairperson, Engineer Junsi C. Sabilino. Regular members, Mr. Mark Luis D. Sampilo, present. And provisional members, Engineer Rene Ian, and Engineer Avelina D. Mulabula.
Present.
For the technical working group, we have the head, Engineer Mike J. Pilona,
Present.
assistant head, Engineer Geoffrey F. Vitana,
Present.
members, Engineer Karen Joy G. Ramos, Engineer Sam John C. Catolico,
Present.
and Mrs. Elda G. Modina.
Present.
For the procurement staff, yours truly, we have the members, Engineer Azil M. De Sera, Mrs. Kisha Adeline J. Catolico, Mrs. Remedios P. Ginguni, Mr. Mark Antonio Guerrilla, Engineer Noel A. Cornetes, Miss Maria Dugibien Loreto. And Mr. Chair, for the prospective bidders, suppliers, and contractors, we have 3 participating in this proceeding. We have 2 who are physically here from Ormocnet, Miss Katrina Lindora, Mr. Christian Estrada from iSource Asia, and we have Miss Riza May Sison from Leyte Paperworld, who is attending via Zoom meeting. Miss Riza, can you hear us? So, Mr. Chair, for this proceeding, 5 out of 7 members are present, hence there is a quorum. For the information of everyone, the observers were duly notified in writing, but none attending physically. And we are now on our official YouTube channel, live streaming and video recording for purposes of backup. You may proceed, Mr. Chair.
So, Mr. Bak Secretary, kindly enumerate the agenda for today's proceeding.
For today's proceeding, Mr. Chair, we will break this down into 4 agendas, but we will separate the goods and services and the civil works, so that after the goods and services, the prospective bidders or suppliers may now leave the meeting, and then we will proceed for the civil works. So agenda 1, we have brief presentation and explanation by the bank of the contract data, requirements of the bidding, the documents to be submitted by the bidder, and the criteria and procedure for eligibility check, preliminary examination of bids, detailed bid evaluation, post-qualification, and award. After that, in agenda 2, there will be questions or comments from our prospective bidders, and the BAC will reply to that question. And the third will be other matters, and agenda 4 will be the summary of proceedings, including supplemental bid bulletins to be issued, Mr. Chair.
So first, we discuss the purpose of this meeting conference, which is to clarify and address the bidders' questions on the technical and financial components of the project, ensure that the bidders fully understand the procuring entities' requirements, ensure that the bidders know the changes and amendments to the bidding documents. Reminder to those prospective bidders watching live stream, broadcast, any statement made in the previous conference does not modify the terms of the bidding documents unless such a statement is specifically identified in writing as an official addendum through a bid supplemental bulletin. Also, the previous conference is an opportunity for the prospective bidders to request clarifications on the bidding documents. However, such requests must be followed up in writing, and the bank will respond in writing through the issuance and posting a bid supplemental bulletin uploaded to the following websites: www.philippines.gov.ph and www.dpwh.gov.ph. At today's previous conference, we have 1 for goods and services and 8 for civil works projects. So first, we'll tackle the goods and services to be presented and discussed by former IT personnel and now the Chief Administrative Section, Mr. Mark Luis Bisonti. You will go, Mr.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Once again, good morning, everyone.
Morning.
As the former IT, I will discuss this procurement of goods with contract name, procurement, purchase of toner and part with installation of photocopier for use in the office of DPWH Leyte District Engineering Office with contract ID 24GIG13. Duration for this contract is 10 to 100 days. And this is a procurement of NTG88 toner black, NTG88 toner cyan, NTG88 toner magenta, NTG88 toner yellow, and 9 units of inner finisher L1. These printouts are collated into set arranged page order of original. This is a function of the inner finisher. This will group all printouts on the same original page are grouped into sets. Each printout group is shifted into alternating layers. And corner and double stapling up to 50 bits with 80 GSM. This is also a wireless LAN with 802.1.11. Can print and can scan from mobile gadgets and computer or laptop. Can connect to wireless network. And also, in addition to the specifications, we require a manufacturer certificate to ensure authenticity of the product offered. The supplier must be an authorized reseller, dealer, or distributor of LPGA donors and inner finisher L1. As such, a valid certificate as authorized dealer, distributor, reseller, whichever is applicable to the prospective bidder or supplier, from the manufacturer must be submitted as part of the technical specifications. Mr. Chair, since the L1 or the inner finisher will be installed to our existing photocopier, 9 units, I recommend to extend at least, the winning bidder must extend at least 1 year warranty of the existing machine to prevent damage, Mr. Chair. And also, I recommend also that during bidding, in addition to the technical specification, the supplier must submit the brochure to ensure compatibility of the product to our existing 9 units of the photocopier. And also, I recommend also a Power PDF software. The purpose of this, once the scan document is fed into the machine, you can feed it in the actual machine, Mr. Chair. I think that's all, Mr. Chair.
So one thing most important is the 1 year
At least 1 year, Mr. Chair, to
1 year
damage to the
ability to supply to the same career.
Also, Mr. Chair, in addition, the supplier must provide, specified in our bidding documents in the special condition of contract, The supplier must provide at least 1 day in-house comprehensive training for 9 end users of the operation of the inner finisher L1.
I hope it is understood and noted by the representatives present and online. Special mention on the same procurement. So any further questions, my fellow committee, to the other mentions? Any comments for the DPWH?
Ang recommend warranty na resisting then the brochure following
So
submission.
aside from, as a clarification, Mr. Chair, so aside from the warranty of the L1 finisher, we will also require a warranty for the
Our existing
9 photocopiers, which,
prevent damages in the future.
okay, so later on this year from our prospective bidders, if they have any concerns regarding that.
Yes.
I think, Mr. Chair, the bidding requirements may proceed.
Yes.
Our PWG.
The additional. About the PWJ, presented to the finance section, okay. Is it the funds? The funds of.
Yes, we have available funds. I think that is
DEO.
beyond for.
Okay. So. They needed to give that was one of the. Sige, it goes there. Okay, let's go ahead. Back to the BJ, you may have your administration for this.
For the two envelope system, first envelope contains the technical component. First requirement is the PHOTOCPIER registration certificate, platinum membership, which must be in accordance with section 8.5 of the revised manual. Another requirement, the goods and services, the statement of all ongoing government and private contracts, non-disclosure of ongoing contracts, including awarded contracts yet to be started, residing in the contract to be subject ground or disqualification. Another requirement is the statement on SLCC. For goods and services, SLCC must be at least 50% of the ABC in case of non-expendable goods, and 25% for expendable goods. And that should be supported by the end users acceptance. It can be in the form of certification or official. The next requirement is the reputation of net financial and funding capacity, NFCC. For procurement of goods and services, bidders we hope to committed line of credit, but the same must be equal to at least 10% increase. Another requirement is the bid security. Next, the technical specifications. which may include production with delivery schedule, on-hour requirements, after-sales service or parts. Finally, the last requirement under technical components, omnibus source statement. Bidders must use the latest form of the omnibus source statement issued by the TPWH. For the second envelope, the financial component, procurement of goods and services. Second envelope contains the original and digitally signed and a complete financial bid form. And second, the original and digitally signed and a complete price samples. Finally, request for clarifications on any part of the bidding documents or for an interpretation must be in writing and submitted to the bank of the procuring entity. It's at least 10 calendar days before the deadline is set for the submission of the set of fees. The bank shall respond to the said request by issuing a bid bulletin. Duly signed by the bank chairperson will be made available to those who have properly secured the bidding documents. At least 7 calendar days before the deadline for the submission of the set of fees.
Mr. Bakshi, how will the dealers raise their respective concerns and clarifications?
Mr. Chair, before we proceed, I would like to ask our prospective bidders and those who are participating online if they have any questions or clarifications on the discussion. Because after this, Mr. Chair, if they have no question or clarification after the proceeding, and later on they must send it to our official email address as discussed by our head DPWH. So, any questions? Including the
Upon plan 8 calendar days upon receipt of the notice. 10 calendar days. 10.
Upon receiving,
It's requesting for an extension of delivery, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, if I may answer, time extensions are allowed, subject to the approval of the head of the procuring entity, but will not exceed the original contract duration. So if ever,
You are done with it.
it's only up to another 10 calendar days, so total of 20. But that is subject for approval of the head of the procuring entity.
so the other representatives, do you have any questions, Pat?
About the additional requirements of
Yes.
our, the additional warranty. Any questions on that?
Not sure.
Our prospective bidders are amenable for the additional warranty aside from the L1 warranty.
Yes.
So any of our photocopiers be damaged. And so far, Mr. Chair, from our online participant, no questions yet so far. Okay. So to answer your question, Mr. Chair, in case later on they have clarifications or questions, they may send that to our official email address, DPWH Leyte DEO@gmail.com, or to my Outlook account, Zapro.Emmanuel_Mari@dpwh.gov.ph. And the bank will answer any clarifications if they give appropriate. So if there are no supplemental bulletins issued regarding your questions, then it is understood that the bidding documents are not amended with respect to your question. That's all, Mr. Chair.
So, my fellow members of the committee, any further questions to be discussed? And so far, so the preliminary conference for our goods and services is understood. Ang motion ito to close this proceeding of the preliminary conference of the goods and services.
Mr. Chair, maybe later.
Yeah,
the goods and services.
However, goods and services,
participating bidders may go out or leave the meeting. Because so far as the discussion for the goods and services, it is over. We will now proceed with the civil works.
so, okay, sir, it's okay. So let's proceed to the civil works project. We have 8 civil works projects to be pre-bidded. It is the construction of road Barangay Palanogan, Mahaplag, Leyte. The construction of road Barangay Bonifacio, Mahaplag, Leyte. The construction of road Barangay Bung-aw, Hilongos, Leyte. The construction of road Barangay Caningag, Matalom, Leyte. The construction of road Barangay Mabagon to Barangay Ma-asin, Hindang, Leyte. The construction of road Barangay Owak, Hilongos, Leyte. The construction of road Barangay Odiongan, Abuyog, Leyte. And the construction of road Barangay Naval, Hilongos, Leyte. So first we'll go to the first one. The construction of road Barangay Palanogan, Mahaplag, Leyte with contract ID number 25ID 0001 located at Barangay Palanogan, Mahaplag, Leyte with approved budget for a contract 4,950,000 with a contract duration of 60 calendar days to be discussed by our chief planning design engineer Josie. So, fellow members of the committee, we will now begin to discuss about the first project. As there are no big bulletins, okay,
As to the last report, so far we will talk more on the first, the title,
yeah,
based on the released annual infra program
okay.
by the net expenditure program. The title here is construction of road, Barangay Ward, Palanogan, Mahaplag, Leyte. So this is correct. And the appropriation is correct. But the target from the EIP will be subject for the correction once our GFA is released.
So, Mr. Chair, for the contract, we have issued a supplemental bulletin as recommended by the engineer Avelina de Mulagula and approved by the PAC. We have changed the required experience for the key personnel. Originally, the project manager, the project or site engineer, the materials engineer, and the safety officer is required to have at least 3 years of experience. We revised that, amended that. We now only require 1 year of relevant experience. So we have issued supplemental bulletins for all these projects as agreed because last time the 1 year experience is required for 30 million and below projects. Above that, there are more years of experience to get that. So we have posted it already, Mr. Chair, as October 15, and as of our record, No prospective bidders have purchased bidding documents as of today. So we have not submitted to anyone. We have only posted it in the field of DPWH.
Okay, that is a good deal of regime. Any further information or
matters to be discussed about this first project?
There's none, Mr.
There's none. So far, it is none. So let's go to the second one. The construction of road, Barangay Andres Bonifacio, Javier Leyte, with contract ID number 25ID 002, located at Barangay Andres Bonifacio, Javier Leyte, with approved budget for the contract, 4,950,000 pesos on this, so we review. Our chief planning and design chief, Director Filipino. So for the review of the title of the project,
So for the next project, contract ID 25 ID 003. It is the construction of road, Barangay Andres Bonifacio, Javier, Leyte. Title is correct, Mr. Chair, and the amount is still correct. However, the target will be subject for data change once the will be released for approval. So only same with the first project, only one civil work, and the second project only one civil work. Observe in the preparation of the program.
okay, or team discussion,
Mr. Chair,
within
looking at this project, the same with the project number one. The experience of the project manager from 3 years to one. Also the side, engineer, materials engineer for 6 months.
So as far as there is none, we go to the third one. Construction of road, Barangay Bung-aw, Hilongos, Leyte, contract ID number 35ID 003, located at Barangay Bung-aw, Hilongos, Leyte, the full budget for the contract, 4,950,000, with contract duration of 60 calendar days. Mr. Chief Planning, you will have to review the name of the project and the application concerned.
So for the third project, construction of road, Barangay Bung-aw, with DUNG-AW, Hilongos, is correct, and regarding the amount is correct. And still the target as per ARAI program, it is different from the release net. The release net is 580, but we prepared it 780. So still this is something for the change once the GA will be approved, Mr. Chair.
So this again subject to the work study.
Same also with the project number one.
So in part of this, we'll have to proceed. Fourth one is the construction of road, Barangay Caningag, Matalom, Leyte, with a full budget for the contract 4,949,990.51 pesos only. With contract ID 25ID 004, located at Barangay Caningag, Matalom, Leyte, with contract duration of 16 calendar days. So, the chief planning, can you review the name of the project?
So for the fourth project, construction of road, Barangay Caningag, Matalom, Leyte.
Okay.
Correct. And regard to the amount of the project amount, still correct. And the target is different from the RIME program. Based on the net, it is 500 still, 580. And we arrived 690 lang. So this will be corrected once the DEA will be released, Mr. Chair.
So for further discussion, still, okay. So, hindi to happy certificate committee. So let's go to the fifth one. Construction of road, Barangay Mabagon to Barangay Ma-asin, Hindang, Leyte. With contract ID number 25IG 005, located at Barangay Mabagon to Barangay Ma-asin, Hindang, Leyte, with approved budget for the contract 4,949,809.55 with contract duration of 60 calendar days. So, Mr. Chief Planning, we'll have to review the name of the project.
For the fifth project, the title is Construction of Road, Barangay Mabagon. 2, word DEO, Barangay Ma-asin, Ma-asin with MA-ASIN, Hindang, Leyte.
Okay, check.
Correct, and the amount is correct. The same, the target from the net is uniform 580, but the RIME program is 760, Mr. Chair.
So
And
still,
this will be subject for data correction once the GA will be approved.
so still PWG, will be politic the same. So let's go to the sixth one. Construction of road, Barangay Owak, Hilongos, Leyte, with contract ID number 25IG 006, located at Barangay Owak, Hilongos, Leyte, with a book budget for the contract 4,950,000, with contract duration of 60 calendar days. Engineer Chief Planning, can you review the name of the project?
Okay, for the sixth project, the title is Construction of Road, Barangay Owak, capital O, WAG, Hilongos, Leyte. I think it is correct, Mr. Chair. And then the amount is still by million, and the ABC is, no, the ABC is 4950. Yes. And with regard to the target of the project, it's different from the net. It is 770. And this is subject for data changes once GA will be approved.
So, the PWG, the same? Okay, so let's go to the seventh project. Construction of road, Barangay Odiongan, Abuyog, Leyte, with contract ID number 25IG 0007, located at Barangay Odiongan, Abuyog, Leyte, with approved budget for the contract 4,949,603.20 pesos only, with contract duration of 60 calendar days. So, the Chief Planning and Design section, and you review the name of the project.
For the seventh project, the title is Construction of Road, Barangay Odiongan, Abuyog, Leyte. Odiongan, O. Title is correct, Mr. Chair. The amount for this is 5 million and the RIPTC is 4,949,603. And our target is 720 as per program, but in the net it is still 580. So this is subject for data changes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. So again, DPWG, the same?
Same.
So let's go to the eighth project, construction of road, Barangay Naval, Hilongos, Leyte, with contract ID number 25IG 008, located at Barangay Naval, Hilongos, Leyte, with approved budget for the contract, 4,950,000 pesos only, with a contract duration of 60 calendar days. And again, Engineer Chief Planning, can you review the name of the project?
For the last
Last.
project, construction of road, Barangay Naval, Hilongos, Leyte. The title is correct, and the amount is correct. Still, the target is different from the arrived net and versus the arrived program. The arrived program is 640, and the net is 580. This is subject for data correction, GA, Mr. Chair.
Sustain DPWH.
Same.
So, Engineer Mike J. Lola, kindly briefly discuss the requirements of the documents presented by the bidder, the criteria and procedure for eligibility check, already managed submission of bids, dated bid, condition of bids, post qualification, award, giving, here now, Engineer Lola.
Information to everybody. Videos watching online. Edition of the collective meeting documents used for both government and civil works, and goods and services, the sixth edition will be the meeting documents. So the bill of system, procurement of civil works, goods and services, restricted vendors shall submit their bids through the duly authorized representative using the forms specified in the bidding documents. The two certified sealed bid forms. First shall be the total component, and the second the financial component. Bidders must submit one additional copy of the first and second components of its bid, aside from the original copy. Enclose the original technical component in one envelope, and the original financial component in another envelope. These two envelopes shall then be closed together in one envelope with the original bid. The same instructions shall be done for the copy of the original bids. And that all envelopes shall then contain the name of the contract to be bid, indicating the name and address of the bidder, address to the procuring entities back, indicating the specific application of this bidding process, and bear a warning: do not open before the date and time of opening the bids. The typical component, first envelope. First requirement is the PHOTOCPIER registration certificate, platinum membership. Second, for civil works. Second requirement is the pickup license and registration. Another requirement is the statement of all ongoing government and private contracts, which is required for both government and civil works and goods and services. Another requirement is the statement of SLCC. This is also required for both procurement of civil works and goods and services. For procurement of civil works, bidders must have completed an SLCC that is similar to the contract bid and must be at least 50% of the ABC. That is, the SLCC should be supported by procuring entities or project owner certificate of final acceptance or a contractor's performance evaluation system is rating at least satisfactory. The next requirement for the civil works is CC. This is equal to the budget. Another requirement is the bid security. In a bid not accompanied by an acceptable bid security shall be maintained by the procuring non-responsive. This security shall be valid until 120 calendar days. Next requirements is the for civil works, the project requirements shall include the organizational chart for the contract to be bid, the list of contractors, key personnel. Only accredited project engineers must be assigned in DPWH projects. Accordingly, bidders are now required to submit as part of their technical component and the project requirements, DPWH certificate of accreditation or proof of DPWH certification and their accredited project engineers. And the list of contractors, major equipment unit. These are owned, list, or under purchase agreement, supported by proof of ownership or certification of availability and equipment from the equipment user or vendor from the duration of the project. Finally, the last requirement under technical component is the omnibus owner statement, which is required for the procurement of civil works. Bidders must use or adopt the latest form of omnibus owner statement issued by the GPPB. For the second component, for the second below, the financial component, this includes the bid form, bid prices in bid of quantities, summary bid prices, detailed estimates, including a summary sheet indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rentals used in coming up with the bid, and cash flow by quarter payment schedule. For eligibility screening of civil works projects, electronic eligibility check using the civil works application shall be adopted pursuant to DEO 117 series of 2017, provided that in cases where electronic eligibility check will not be feasible due to unforeseen or technical issues such as notice not needed to DPWH server downtime, manual checking shall be restorative with a gap in order not to disrupt the bidding procedure, provided that the result activities and or subsequent conduct of electronic eligibility check using the CWA, which will be initiated through accomplishing a request for unlocking form and submitting the same to the procurement service, shall be the basis for the final declaration of eligibility. It's only question.
After that, we will of the committee, other questions to be discussed.
Next part, Mr. Chair.
DPWH, and also and bulletins to be issued. Yes. So, Mr. Box, Secretary, under announcement to be made.
Reminders, Mr. Chair, for our schedule of procurement activities. Next week, October 22, we have basic and opening of quotations, SVP and shopping, so that's October 22 at 9 a.m. Then for this batch of procurement, the civil works will be, or the deadline for the submission and receipt of bids and opening will be on November 5 at 9 a.m. and for the goods and services, that will be on November 6 at 9 a.m. That's all, Mr. Chair.
So, to reiterate clarifications, the Department of Bidding documents or for an interpretation must be in writing and submitted to the bank the procuring entity concerned at least 10 calendar days before the deadline set for the submission of the bids. The bank shall respond to the said request by issuing a bid bulletin to the side of the bank's person to be made available all those properly secured by bidding documents at least 7 calendar days before the deadline for submission and receipt of bids. So, Mr. Box, Secretary, please facilitate operation the supplemental bulletin is posted to the DPWH and PhilJet's website in a conspicuous place at this office.
Noted, Mr. Chair, I think only one supplemental bulletin for
Yeah.
the goods and services.
So, as we end this one, any motion to close this conference?
Motion to close this pre-meeting conference.
Second motion.
So this pre-meeting conference now is adjourned. And again, good morning.